So I got a request to talk about Touch ID. With the release of the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus, it seemed like as good a time as any to talk about it. So I brought up with one of my friends, Carolyn, that Touch ID doesn't work for me. It's just not useful. If I have 4 fingerprints in here, which I'll explain took a really long time to get, and I'll go through the process with you trying to add another fingerprint. So the way it is supposed to work, you hit add fingerprint, it'll give you the ability to place your finger. I'll take my nice thumbprint and put it on the Touch ID as it asks. It will recognize part of my finger. And then all of a sudden, it hasn't even noticed that I lifted my finger yet. So there we go. It will not add any more. It still thinks my finger's there. So the reason this is happening is that I sweat quite a bit, and so my finger is leaving residue on the screen, on the Touch ID, which means that it can't read anymore. It will not read. Eventually, if I try enough, it will get frustrated with me, and it will just tell me that it can't read my finger. I'll just keep trying until it does that. No, it doesn't. There we go. Cover home button completely. Try to cover the whole home button. I'll do that. It doesn't make a difference no matter what I do. Now I've gone through and tried to actually make this work by cleaning my finger every single time, like washing my hand and taking a towel, and that does technically work, but it's really frustrating and it doesn't last very long. It doesn't read my finger anymore once I've done that. Yeah, so it gives up. And that's not a good solution. So how I got these 4 fingerprints that I do have in here is by cleaning out the area under my thumb right in here, which does have a good fingerprint. I don't know if you can see, but my fingerprint has all these ridges across it. Sometimes my skin will peel on my finger thumb pads, and so my fingerprints are pretty transient. So the way I have gotten it to work, and I doubt it'll actually work this time, but I'll give it a shot, is to put this area on. And so then it gets a pretty good read. Similar to the woman using her nipple. It tells me my finger moved too much. That really. So now you can see it's a lot more consistent. Seems to be working fairly well, like you'd expect from a finger, like I would expect from a finger. Still can't be read. So, like I was saying, Touch ID does not work for me. It doesn't work at all. None of my fingerprints, some of them I might get more success, but it just really doesn't work all that well for me. I can touch it as much as I want. Doesn't matter which finger. It doesn't work. My fingers have too much residue, and the fingerprints are too transient. If you've had that kind of experience, please let me know. But that's been my experience.